more and more, because you'll get more and more good, or it'll become habits, good habits, when you make them routines or regimens. And more over time, you'll see progress over time. And so basically, yeah, if you're into, what is it, looks maxing, or there's another word for it. We'll just say looks maxing. You probably already have routines and regimens, but I mean, the average person does, but they don't. Instead of, like, they'll take a shower, they'll brush their teeth, but when they could be working out, when they could be working on the grind, they do video games or do you know what was a girl. So don't waste your potential, guys, because as a man, your potential is given by God and the devil, but you can, here's the thing, guys. The devil tempts you with, like, he can tempt you with, you think success, you think it might be the path you're supposed to go on by God. That's not, it's him deceiving, it's money, and sometimes Jesus will bless you, but usually, if you're not doing it for him, it's for the devil, obviously. So, basically, in my opinion, when you just follow God, he'll just give you the your purpose, and you basically just fulfill it. I feel like a lot of people try to fulfill their own wants and desires from the devil. It's coming from the devil, because I wanted to do, I guess I'll just say it, UFC, because I do train MMA, but was that what Jesus wanted? I didn't even check up with him about it. And for now, I don't think that's the plan. I don't think that's God's plan for my life. And God has a plan for everyone's life. And I was this close to competing, and I know that I can do great in it. But what would it matter if it meant it wasn't his plan for me, or for now it wasn't? Because in my opinion, there might be something that's like, sounds good, but it might not be good at the time, because later on, or something bad will happen, because it's actually the devil wanting you to take that. It's not God's plan you're taking, it's the devil's plan, so you gotta take God's plan. But third, do the things that average people or most people don't do, which this is pretty obvious. Just like getting into the other thing, people usually do video games and doing it with a girl instead of good habits like taking cold showers or working out. So that's pretty obvious, just standing out and doing what people don't want to do and can't do. And mostly this has to do with your feelings, etc. Like, if you know what I'm saying, like, most people just go off their That's the thing. A lot of guys in 2023, that's why you're going to be ahead of them, because you're not thinking with emotions, you're thinking with intelligence, you're thinking with wisdom and discipline, and God is speaking to you. Because that's what girls do. They think with emotions. That's a feminine trait. Not like to the extreme, but you don't want to have a feminine trait. So, and you want to think with not your emotions, not, you know what, but you want to think up here. Because up here, for God, is always right. You know what? Or your emotions change. That's why without God, we're like just nothing, basically. We're just anger and sadness and emotions and depression without him. That's what hell is. It's the absence of God. There's nothing. That's why you should go to heaven. So, for example, doing NoFap, which is, well, look it up because I probably can't talk about it on here. Fasting, look that up too. It's not really starving yourself. It is, so I did it for about 3 days, 2.5 to 3 days, and Jesus did it too in the Bible when he was on the mountain and the devil was trying to tempt him, and he, what was it? He fasted for, don't quote me on this. I should have wrote this down. Don't quote me on this, 30-something days. Don't quote me on that. What was I gonna say? Don't quote me, don't quote me, don't quote me on. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. Excuse me, I had a burp, but don't quote me on that. Guys, here, let me tap this. But yeah, don't quote me on that, or what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Don't quote me on that, because, what was I gonna say? Don't, well, don't quote, oh, I see, I'm trying to remember, don't quote, what was it, don't, I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say, guys. Oh yeah, bro, so just don't quote me on that, because I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's right. But yeah, guys, sometimes the things I say, if I say like something or 30 something, don't quote me on that because I may not know, but you can just look it up. But fasting, you only drink water and you don't eat food, and it's actually healthy for you, and it gets you closer to God. But most people, at least, most people haven't done it before, and that's probably the main thing that's going to get you ahead spiritually, especially that and NoFap. That's going to get you so ahead. You're going to be so healthy. You're going to be so in all three categories, spiritually, mentally, and physically. It's going to be so good for you. The last, all right. Oh. And then, running miles, sprinting, it boosts testosterone. Taking cold showers boosts testosterone. And then also, the reason for this is because actions speak louder than words. So put your money where your mouth is, which that is words, but I mean, that saying means do it. Just do it. That's another thing. And then, what was it? And then I think I'm going to just make 2 videos on this. You know, let me think about this, guys, for a second. Sorry, I'm just itching my stomach, but let me think. You know what? I guess I'm gonna just do this really. Well, should I just do this really quick? Trying to think of something real quick. Yeah, I think I might just do 2 parts to it because I don't like to go over the 20 mark a lot. So the last thing I'm gonna say is, by the way, that was a backpack, but how to get ahead of people is being, I've said this in a lot of videos, but being spiritually, mentally, and physically strong, especially mentally and spiritually strong, because discipline is mental most of the times. When I was fasting for 3 days, it's because I'm mentally strong. I just dove in 3 days, just water, and I feel like I feel like in the ways to do this is the last things. If you want to do this, you don't start with the big things, in my opinion. I guess you can, but you work your way up with it. You'll probably work out. You'll probably take cold showers. You'll probably do a no fap. Well, that's probably the level 2 stuff, but cold showers, working out, sprinting. That's gonna get your mental head right. Doing that after a while, then get on no fap. And in my opinion, I could do another video about this. I don't know, y'all probably can hear me, but no fap is easier than fasting a little bit. Just a little bit, because it's some of y'all ask me in the comments, but just in my experience, because you eat every day, and food is like my only thing. Like, I'm not fat, obviously, but it's my only, like, I don't know, it's my only, when you eat food you get dopamine, and I don't smoke or drink or any of this stuff, so that's like my only dopamine. That's why it's so hard, and your stomach hurts, and the, you know what, doing with girls and yourself, if you know what I'm saying, the no fap thing, y'all don't do that every day. Most people